Please like our videos, share them with your friends, and lastly, subscribe to our channel. Few drinks blend warmth, caffeine, and spirits as perfectly as Irish coffee. This iconic beverage, a combination of hot coffee, Irish whiskey, sugar, and cream, is more than just a drink. It's a story of hospitality, ingenuity, and transatlantic influence. Irish coffee is a caffeinated alcoholic drink consisting of Irish whiskey, hot coffee, and sugar, which has been stirred and topped with cream, sometimes cream liqueur. The coffee is drunk through the cream. Different variations of coffee cocktails predate the now classic Irish coffee by at least 100 years. From the mid-19th century, the Farisair and the Fiacre were served in Viennese coffee houses. Both were coffee cocktails served in glass, topped with whipped cream. The former was also known in northern Germany and Denmark around that time. Around 1900, the coffee cocktail menu in the Viennese cafes also included Kaiser Melange, Maria Theresia, Biedermeier Café, and a handful of other variations on the theme. In 19th century France, a mixture of coffee and spirits was called a gloria. Several places claim to have developed the modern recipe in the 1950s, but the story goes back to the 1940s. One version is attributed to a Joe Sheridan, head chef at the restaurant and coffee shop in the Foynes Air Base flying boat terminal, about 15 kilometers or 9.3 miles from present-day Shannon Airport, County Clare. Foynes served as a refueling stop for transatlantic flights, including the famous flying boats that connected North America and Europe before modern jet travel took over. In 1942 or 1943, he added whiskey to the coffee of some disembarking passengers. During World War II, Foynes was frequently used for commercial and military flights. Passengers included politicians, celebrities, and wartime personnel. Given Ireland's cold and damp weather, travelers often arrived tired and freezing from long, turbulent flights over the Atlantic. One night, as the story goes, a flight bound for New York was forced to turn back due to rough weather. The weary passengers were brought back to Foynes, and Joe Sheridan, the head chef of the airport's restaurant, was tasked with preparing something to warm them up. Instead of serving standard coffee or tea, Sheridan had an idea. He brewed rich, hot coffee, added a generous pour of smooth Irish whiskey, stirred in brown sugar for depth and sweetness, and in a final touch, he floated lightly whipped cream on top. When one of the passengers took a sip, they asked Sheridan if it was Brazilian coffee. He famously replied, "No, it's Irish coffee." And so the drink was born. For years, Irish coffee remained a local specialty at Foynes Airport. However, it wasn't until the early 1950s that it crossed the Atlantic and gained worldwide recognition. Stanton Delaplane, a travel writer for the San Francisco Chronicle, maintains he brought Irish coffee to the United States after drinking it at Shannon Airport. Delaplane was a Pulitzer Prize-winning travel writer for the San Francisco Chronicle. In 1952, Delaplane visited Ireland and tasted Joe Sheridan's Irish coffee at Shannon Airport, which had replaced Foynes as the primary transatlantic stop. He was captivated by the drink and brought the recipe back to the Buena Vista Cafe in San Francisco. There, Delaplane and Buena Vista owner Jack Coupler attempted to recreate the drink but struggled with the crucial floating cream layer. They eventually sought advice from Mayor George Christopher, who had expertise in dairy products. After experimenting with different creams and techniques, they perfected the process, and Buena Vista Cafe began serving authentic Irish coffee to American patrons. The drink quickly became a San Francisco sensation, and its popularity spread across the U.S., cementing its place as a beloved cocktail worldwide. The key to the perfect Irish coffee requires careful technique. Preheat the glass, fill the glass with hot water to warm it up, then discard. Brew strong coffee. A robust, fresh brew, preferably medium to dark roast, works best. Add Irish whiskey. Typically, a high-quality Irish whiskey like Jameson or Bushmills. Sweeten with sugar. Traditionalists use brown sugar, which enhances the depth of flavor. Float the cream. Lightly whip the cream so it's thick but pourable. It should rest on top without mixing into the coffee. The key is to sip the drink through the cream, allowing the contrast between hot coffee and cool cream to create a smooth, rich experience. Today, Irish coffee remains a symbol of Irish hospitality and warmth. It's served in pubs, cafes, and cocktail bars worldwide, with variations that include Bailey's Irish Cream, flavored syrups, or even cold brew adaptations. From its humble beginnings in a small Irish airport to its global fame, Irish coffee is a testament to the power of a simple, well-made drink and the creativity of those who crafted it. So next time you enjoy a glass, remember the foggy night in Foynes when a resourceful chef decided to add a little whiskey to his coffee and changed cocktail history forever. Slánta.